I would go do my spots around town, and then late at night you stop by the Comedy Store and hang out. And then I think it was like maybe there was a guy named Todd Lemish who was a Philadelphia guy as well. And I think it was like a year after Andy Kaufman's death. And it got a character that Andy created called Tony Clifton. And Tony Clifton was making an appearance in the main room at the Comedy Store. And it was like a year after his death. And everybody thought, this is it. Andy faked his own death. He's coming back as this character, Tony Clifton, that he created. And I didn't realize that Bob Zmuda had been doing that character for like the last several years. Andy Kaufman was no longer doing the character. Anytime you saw Bob Zmuda, it was now, anytime you saw Tony Clifton, it was now Bob Zmuda, and it was no longer Andy Kaufman. But they thought that this was it. That he pranked us all and faked his own death, and so it was crazy. And then Bob Zmuda comes out and he flicks a cigarette at somebody, throws his drink on somebody. Yeah, fuck you, fuck yeah. And before you know, the show was over 15 minutes. And that was the first night I started working at the Comedy Store as a doorman.
Oh, so
and
you
so
were
they need
a doorman?
Yeah,
No,
that's where I started. I started working there as a doorman because that's how you got in there. That was Mitzi's system. Because as a doorman, you could sit there and watch the best comics in the country. You got to watch Andrew Dice Clay, and you got to watch Sam Kinison and Robin Williams and Richard Pryor and George Carlin, Gary Shandling and Louis Anderson, and it was a cavalcade every night of just the best comedians in the country. And I got to sit in the back. Like part of the thing is watching the doorman. You get to sit in the back and watch these guys. So essentially, that was my college. That's where I went to college to become a great. I got good enough to just by watching these guys, because you could learn as much watching a bad comedian as you could watching a great comedian. You could learn what not to do and what you needed to do, and so that was that.